My first show here, I was so excited when I got the job in 1999. And at the time, there was no drama storage, so everything was stored on the outside of the building. Building 5 looked a mess. And I cataloged everything, all the stair units, all the flats, all the platforms. And then I had, of course, summer vacation. I came back, and when I walked out to the campus, everything was gone. They had thrown everything away on the outside of the building, so I had no platforms, no sets, no nothing. So we had to literally build or borrow everything for my first production, The Good Doctor. That was my first show that I did here 19 years ago, and when I retired as director of drama last year, it was the show that we opened that season with. So I got to bookend my tenure as the director of drama with that same show.
My favorite full production we've done here is the first one I did here, which is The Good Doctor. It was just such a great cast and everyone got along. We wouldn't be where we are now without the past. So working with alumni was really enlightening.
Measure for Measure was my first Shakespeare show, which I loved being able to do because as an English major, I am kind of a fanatic about Shakespeare and I really love his work. And I had taken the classical acting class the quarter before and really delved into monologues with his work and being able to then put that into play on stage. The other component of that was I got to play a character that's normally a male character, exploring what changes that makes by making it a female.
I've been teaching at the college level for about 13 years. This is my first year at Spokane Falls, so it's been a big transition from where I was before, which was in Hawaii. It's been joyful. It's been busy and full of excitement from day one all the way up until now. The Fairy Tale Lives of Russian Girls was my first experience directing at SFCC. Directing and producing this show in a new college is always a particular challenge.
This year was totally different because we have the new drama director. So Russian Girls, I loved that just because it's got such a tie-in to me. I have 2 adopted children from Russia. The fairy tales and the history and the language and all of that came into play trying to get that script to come to life.
Within my first couple of years here, I started talking to the dean at the time, Jim Minkler, to wanting to put together an associate fine arts in theater arts and performance. This is prior to having any kind of a solidified drama program. You could have a drama emphasis, but there was no degree in drama, and it actually took us nearly 8 years to get that done and finally get that together. I did some curriculum development and created new classes for people to take. We also expanded our offerings and offered acting for the musical theater.
With other programs, you either focus specifically on the acting or you focus specifically on the tech element. And if you're in the tech, you specifically focus on a certain type of tech. Here at SFCC, we get to learn all the tech elements, all the different acting elements. And so you get a well-balanced education here.
It's a whole different ballgame coming back to school as an adult than it was when I was in school as a 19, 20-year-old. Everything that you do with theater tends to take a lot of time. Every class is hours long, and then you have to do hours of text work or line memorization or projects for drawing and organizing and designing, and so everything takes a lot more of your time to accomplish, and I don't want to come back to school and not do my best work and not learn everything I can learn.
When I look at who's auditioning now in the community, whether it's Ignite Community Theater or Stage Left or Spokane Civic Theater, who am I seeing auditioning? I'm seeing students who have come through the SFCC program. They're still out there working as theater artists, and that is very heartwarming to me to know that I've really made a contribution to the community and the longevity of theater as an art form in the Inland Northwest. I think the theater's future looks very bright because we have a good, strong program. Ashley DeMoville, being the new person in charge, has tremendous level of skills to bring to make the program grow even more, attracting people from the community and students from the local regional high schools in the area.
We're starting in the fall with a Theater for Young Audiences production, and this is relatively new for the Spartan Theatre. There was a time when they used to do children's theater more often, but it has been a while. So we're producing a show called Merry Men, written by one of of our very own theater instructors, Camille de Mauville. It has been produced around the country quite a few times, and we're really excited to be bringing it here to the Spartan stage. Directing Big Fish the musical this spring has been a completely different experience than directing the fall production. It was really lovely to have a little bit of a break from directing in the winter quarter. So then I was able to step into directing Big Fish with a really kind of fresh outlook. At that point, I had a much more solid handle on who to go to around campus and what kind of support systems exist, which was wonderful because the challenge of directing a musical is so much different. I've been lucky enough to work with David Larson and Nathan Lansing as our musical directors, and so it's been a really great first chance to work really closely with the music department and start to forge new practices going forward.